All right, so I wanted to finish up. This is the last part. I think we did part two. Hopefully, you got a good sense of what of understanding. Just be reminded that when you count your ones, if it's more than 10 ones, you need to make sure that you create a 10 block with the 10, and whatever is left over is your ones. Okay. So let's look at our answer choices. Part letter A is correct. Please be reminded, just add it. Don't think that it should be 300 plus 30 plus 1. Just add it, because 300s, 1, 2, 300s plus 20, this is 20. And then plus 11 ones, these are still 11 ones, is correct. This is in word form, 331. And part C, 200s plus 13 tens. So think about it. It takes 10 tens to make 100. So if I've got 10 tens, it leaves 3 tens, and that makes 300s. Okay? So 10 tens equals 100. Now I have 300. So now it's 30 plus 1. So it's still the same. It is 331. And then D, 300 plus 21 is 321. So that would be in and. Okay? Oh, that didn't even mark too. And. All right? Hopefully you understand part 2. Okay? So be very careful with those. All right? Part 3. Part 3, I wanted us to make sure that we went over. And let me turn the lights off, because I noticed earlier that if the lights are out, it's easier for you to see the screen in the video. So please make sure that you read the question very carefully. I keep reiterating that for a reason. A lot of times you are failing or missing the questions because you're not reading carefully. Kennedy watched a group of girls collect shells. Each girl kept some of the shells. She kept some of the shells, the collected shells, and sold the rest of the collected shells. The table below shows data for 3 girls in the group. The number of shells each girl kept is missing from the table. How many shells did each girl keep? So I want to reiterate the importance of understanding inverse operation. So I'm sure that when you see this, you're thinking, okay, this is, if this is the total number, then the number kept and the number sold, that's going to equal 70. But if you understand inverse, because you can't add it because you don't have what to add, you know that you need to subtract. So if you're given a total and then you're given part of the total, you need to subtract to find the number kept. So subtract to find the number kept. Trying to make sure this is on the screen because I keep moving it and it's not on the screen. So let's do part A. That would be 70 shells collected. And if the girl sold 55, how many would she have kept? So 70, 0, take 5 away. I know I have to regroup. Take a 10. That leaves 6 tens. So now I have 10 ones. 10 ones minus 5 ones leave 5. 6 tens minus 5 tens leave 1. So she kept 15 shells. Okay? Part B, if she collected 45 in total and she sold 20, that means I need to subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5. 4 minus 2 is 2. That means that she kept 25. The next one is 55 collected, 35 sold. How many is left? 5 minus 5 is 0. 5 minus 3 is 2. So that is 20 that she kept. You will need to show your work on the test tomorrow. Make sure that you show each part of this question. Okay? Question number 4. Juan reads a sign that says 14,735 people live in his town. Juan rounds this number to the closest 10, the closest 100, and 1,000. So that's three different places to round to. So we've got to be very careful with this one. Which of these could be ones rounded numbers? Choose three of the correct answers. Okay, so let's look at our number. First of all, 14,735. He rounded to the nearest 10, 100, and 1,000. So this one, remember, you can tell what it's rounded to by the number that's next to the zero. This is the number next to all the zeros. That's the thousands place. So this number rounded to the nearest 1,000. Is this number rounded to the nearest 1,000 14,000? So 14,735. You underline the thousands place because that's what we're rounding to. Look to the right. 5 or greater. That means that this number 4 becomes a 5. But if it's 4 or less, let it rest. Okay? Alright, so this would round, well, this number rounds to the nearest 1,000 to 15,000. Okay? Alright, so the same number, let's just do it like this instead of going each answer choice. Let's just round it to the nearest 1,000, to the nearest 100, and then the nearest 10, and see what we get, and then we can answer the question. I don't know why I didn't do it like that in the beginning. Okay, so here's your hundreds place. Look to the right. 4 or less, let the underlying number rest. 5 or more, the 7 has to go up to an 8. Okay, so this is a 4 or less, let the 7 rest. So my answer here is rounded to 14,700. All right, the next one is to the nearest 10. Underline your tens place, look to the right. 5 or more, that 3 becomes a 4. So this is a 5, the 3 becomes a 4, so it rounds to 14,700. Remember, everything on the left stays the same. If you look at it, that has happened every time. This one stays the same because it's the left of the round, the place value we're rounding to. Okay, so 14,740 is what it rounds to. So choose all of your answer choices. 1,500, that's at the bottom. 14,700, that's B. And 14,740, that is D. Okay, so please show your work and show how you rounded each one. Okay, all right, that's it. I'm glad it's it. So your test is tomorrow. I wish you the greatest luck. Hopefully you are studying and going over this. And if you have questions, I'll take just a few minutes in the morning to answer any question that you might have. Otherwise, the rest of the time will be spent you working on this assessment. All right, have a good evening. See y'all tomorrow. Bye.